Imagine finding an old 1942 D Lincoln wheat cent in your pocket change, and realizing it once sold for over $75,000 at auction. Yes, a small copper penny minted during World War II turned into a life-changing discovery. Support our effort, subscribe, like, and share so we can keep bringing you more incredible coin stories and help you uncover treasures hiding in plain sight. The 1942 D Lincoln wheat cent is a fascinating piece of American history, struck at the Denver Mint just before one of the biggest changes in U.S. coinage, the switch from copper to steel in 1943. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this cent continues the iconic, wheat ears reverse that collectors around the world know and love. More than 206 million 1942 D cents were minted, but here's the twist. Most were heavily used in daily commerce, during a time when every penny mattered. That's why uncirculated examples, especially those with full red luster, are prized by collectors and investors alike. Let's talk value and rarity. A typical 1942 D in circulated condition might be worth just a few cents. But in higher grades, especially mint state red, MSRD, prices soar. Coins graded MS67 Road by PCGS or NGC have brought over $7,000 to $10,000, and a stunning full red example once sold for nearly $15,000 at heritage auctions. But the real magic happens when we look at errors and varieties. The 1942 D series is full of minting mistakes that drive collectors crazy, and prices sky high. 1942 D over D, repunched mint mark, one of the most famous varieties of the year. The D mint mark was punched twice at slightly different angles, creating a visible doubling. These can bring $250 to $1,200, depending on condition. Off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing, can sell from $100 to $3,000, depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. Die cracks, cuds, and laminations, all signs of overused dies during wartime minting, can turn a common cent into a collectible worth hundreds. Now, let's step back in time. The year was 1942. America was entering World War II, and the U.S. Mint was preparing to conserve copper for the war effort. By 1943, cents would be made of steel. This makes the 1942 D copper cent one of the last of its kind, a farewell to the pre-war copper era. These coins have survived through history, from wartime rationing and factory floors to modern coin albums. And each one still carries the image of Abraham Lincoln, a symbol of strength and perseverance. Collectors classify 1942 D cents into three color categories that dramatically affect value. Brown, BN, darker color, worth $1 to $5 in most grades. Red-brown, RB, partially lustrous, worth $10 to $150 depending on grade. Red, Road, full mint brilliance, worth $200 to over $10,000 in top grades. But some 1942 D coins are worth far beyond that, thanks to unique minting varieties. A recently discovered 1942 D doubled die obverse with strong doubling in the motto, "In God We Trust," and the date, 1942, fetched nearly $25,000 at auction. And when a flawless red example appears, bidding wars break out among serious numismatists. Let's talk about proof-like and satin finishes, extremely rare for this date. Some early strikes from freshly polished dies appear mirror-like and command premium prices, sometimes 10 times the normal value. There are also 1942 transitional errors, coins mistakenly struck on leftover foreign planchets, metal blanks. For example, a 1942 D struck on a silver 10-cent planchet, meaning it was made on the wrong metal, can bring over $50,000. Now imagine this. A regular old-looking 1942 D penny tucked away in a coin jar for decades, turns out to be a rare repunched mint mark or transitional strike. That's the kind of story that has happened time and again, small coins changing lives. If you have a 1942 D Lincoln wheat cent, here's what you should do. 1. Check for the D over D, look closely under magnification. 2. Inspect the color, bright red is gold to collectors. 3. Check for doubling in the date or motto. 4. Look for cracks, laminations, or off-centering. If your coin shows any of these traits, it might be worth grading by PCGS or NGC. Even a common-looking 1942D can jump from a few cents to thousands once it's certified as mint state or a recognized error. At the high end, the most pristine 1942D cents, those graded MS-68 Road, are among the finest known. With only a handful existing, these have fetched $15,000 to $18,000 at major auctions. But even more extraordinary are error coins. A 1942D struck off center or on a foreign planche can break the $50,000 barrier, especially if it's unique. Every single 1942D penny has a story. It's more than just copper, it's part of America's wartime legacy, minted as the nation stood on the brink of global conflict. To hold one is to touch that history, to feel a connection to a generation that sacrificed and endured. So before you dismiss that old penny in your change jar, take a closer look. Your 1942D Lincoln Wheat Cent could be worth more than you ever imagined. And don't forget, subscribe, like, and share this video so we can keep uncovering hidden treasures and help you learn how to spot the next six-figure coin hiding in plain sight. Because sometimes, the smallest coin carries the biggest story.